Hi everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to make a baby romper cake using Wilton's t-shirt pan. Now there are tons of things that I love about this pan, but first of all what I love most is that it's a one mix pan. It just takes one standard cake mix. So there's no measuring your batter, no converting your recipes, just one cake mix, one pan, bada bing bada boom, you got yourself a cake. The second thing I love most about it is it's so versatile. You can do anything you want with it. You can put your favorite sports team on it, you can put your school logo, your school mascot, or you can completely revamp it into something totally new, which is what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna turn it into a baby romper. To begin, go ahead and bake and cool your cake. If you have any kind of dome on the top of your cake, go ahead and level it off so it sits nice and flatly on your cake board. Next, color your icing. So this cake takes about 4 cups of icing. I colored 2 cups green, 1 cup yellow, and I left the rest of it white. Feel free to change the colors to match your party though. And I colored the icing using Wilton's Colorite. Now if you don't know how to use Colorite, you can conveniently click right here, bam, got it? Good. Okay, and if you want to match the colors that I'm using today, the exact formulas of how to get those colors are in the instructions below. Got it, okay. So to begin, I'm gonna ice the whole cake white. I'm gonna cover it all in white and I'm gonna smooth it. So I'm gonna get my icing right here. And I always like to start with the top of the cake and then do the sides of the cake. Okay, now that our cake is iced white and completely smooth, we're gonna let it crust over. So that means when I touch it, just like that, no icing's coming off. So next, we're gonna use Wilton's 4-piece cookie cutter set. These are the 2 largest cutters from that set, and we're gonna mark our outline for our baby romper. So he's gonna have 2 little legs down here at the bottom, and I'm gonna use a large cutter to cut out the legs. So just like that. His second little leg over here. Try to make it as even as you can, but if it's not perfect, don't beat yourself up over it. Okay, and then the second largest cutter is gonna be his neck. So we're gonna take it here and just mark his little neck right here. Okay. Next, I'm gonna take my green icing. My bag is fitted with a coupler and a tip number 7. It's really important for this project that you use a coupler because I'm gonna be switching out tips all the time. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna outline where the romper is, but it's just an outline and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna smooth it out with a spatula later. Okay, so there's no exact method to this. Go ahead and just make sure you stay out of the white part, and we're gonna smooth this all out later. So it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna smooth all of this out. And I like to make little markings on the side so I know where it ends. Just like this. Just put some green icing there. So the top and all my sides are covered. Next, I'm just gonna take my spatula and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna smooth it out. When you're doing this, just be really careful around the edges. The edges don't have to be perfect because we're gonna mark them later, but we just want it to look nice. Okay, now that we have our romper all nice and iced and smoothed over, we're gonna give it a little bit of detail. All right, remember before when I told you to use a coupler? Well, this is where that comes in handy because we switched out tip 7 for tip 102. The first detail I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little ruffle to both of his sleeves right here. Now I know what you're thinking at home. Okay, well that's all well and dandy, but how do I do a ruffle? Don't worry, I'm gonna tell you and it's super easy. You're gonna hold your bag at a 45-degree angle. 3 o'clock for right-handed decorators, 9 o'clock for left-handed decorators. There's 2 parts to this tip. There's a thick part and a thin part. You want the thick part to lightly be touching the surface of your cake and the thin part to be facing out. With your wrist, do a back and forth motion as you move your arm down the length of the cake. Once you get to where you need to, stop pressure and pull away, just like that. Next, we're gonna take our yellow icing fitted with a tip number 2. I'm gonna take a line, I'm gonna go straight down the side right next to my ruffle, just like that. All right, next we're gonna add little dots next to it. Just little bloop, loop, loop, all the way down. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Don't beat yourself up, because at the end of the day, it's all cake and it's gonna be delicious and everyone will love it. Now we're gonna do the exact same thing to his other little sleeve. Next, we're gonna use our green icing again. back with the tip number 7, and we're gonna outline his little romper. We're gonna outline his neck just to make it look nice and clean. Now we're gonna outline his little legs down here. All right, one leg, and now his second little leg. There we go. And then we're gonna continue with the tip number 7. I'm just gonna add in a little detail right here. And just drop a line straight down here. Now we take what's left of our white icing. I have it fitted with a tip number 7. And we're gonna add 2 buttons right here. And 3 buttons right down here. Next, I switched out the tip on my yellow bag for a tip 12, and we're gonna give him a little duck right here. Okay, so for the duck's head, we're just gonna do a little dot. Okay, so there's his little head, and you're gonna do a second dot. I made this one just a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna take my spatula and I'm gonna do the pull dot method. That's where you do a dot and you take your spatula and you just pull it out, and that's gonna give him his little body. Next, I switched out the tip 12 for a tip number 13. And I'm gonna add a little wing right there, just like that. And then I'm gonna give him a little bit of hair, just a nice little dew. Just a little bit of hair, just like that. Next, I'm gonna give him an eye and a beak. For these, I'm gonna use Wilton's Ready to Use Decorator Icing. Just need a little bit of black and a little bit of orange. Just a little bit, just for his eye. Oh, and I have a tip 2 here. And then again, a tip 2, I'm just gonna give him a little beak. Just coming out, just like that. And just like that, we're done. We took a t-shirt pan and totally changed it into something completely new, the baby romper cake. I think there's something so cool about taking a pan that's meant for one thing and turning it into something completely new. So in the comments below, please tell me what you've done with your pans at home to completely revamp it into something completely new. All right, to learn more about this and other One Mix Wilton pans, go to wilton.com. Thanks for watching.